Hi, I'm Ben Noble, and today I'm going to teach you about 1950s football. Today, I'm going to make you a pro at 1950s football. And by the end of this video, you're going to know as much as I do. Did you know that the first televised football game was between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1939? Did you know that football face masks were first used in the 1930s? Until then, they didn't have anything to protect this part of their face right here. Another safety fact is that plastic helmets first started being used in the 1950s. By the late 1940s, football changed from being one offensive sector with all 11 players playing the entire game to being an offensive and defensive sector with 22 players. You may have noticed that I changed my clothes like magic. You know what else is magical? How having 22 players instead of 11 magically changed the involvement of people trying to go into the NCAA and also the NFL, making way more interest in football. Did you know that in the 1950s... Shut up, Brendan. Did you know that in the 1950s, the NCAA teams and the TV programs started working together to broadcast games? Another TV fact for you. In 1951, the NCAA...
What does that mean?
The National Collegiate Athletic Association banned broadcast of all games due to fear of decrease in attendance. Now, as most of us know, the NCAA is off and on. And in 1952, the NCAA allowed one broadcast per week for the NBC. Now, before all this broadcasting, Americans only had one way to figure out the games. They had to read about it in the paper, and they would do that every Sunday. That is most likely how football got its name, about being the American Sunday. Now, after getting its name as the American Sunday, it gained a lot of popularity with American families, as they would all gather around the TV and enjoy TV dinner and watch the NFL. Now, I've got a couple interesting facts about racism in the NFL. In 1930, okay, hold on, just give me a second. Just give me, okay, just hold on. Hold on 1 second.
Eventually.
All right, sorry about that. But in 1934, the last two African Americans in the league were pushed out due to racism. I'm gonna get a drink. Now, fortunately, after World War II, African Americans started coming into the NFL more and more fluently and more frequently. Now, after everybody was getting back from the war, everybody wanted to do something in their free time since they weren't at war anymore. They all decided that football was the best option. Now, with so many people watching football, the league just grew and grew and grew, until finally they had enough money to expand more teams and to pay the players more, so that every kid's dream was to be a football player. Now let's go to the Dome. Now that we're at the Dome, we're not at the Dome. Shut up, Brendan. Now that we're at the Barrie Event Center, we can continue with the presentation. The most important position in football was quarterback in the 1950s. Before that, anybody could throw the ball. Now, skyboxes, also known as luxury boxes, were first introduced in 1965 in the Astrodome at Houston, Texas, for a more inclusive footballing experience for the wealthier. This is not football. In the 1950s, NCAA football was much more popular than the NFL. And in 1950, at the Rose Bowl, almost 98,000 people showed up to watch the game. That's almost 98,000 times the population of Christmas, Michigan. Now, another thing that drove NFL and NCAA attendance through the roofs was the introduction of extra time. This meant that at the end of the game, if the game was a tie, teams would still have to play, and the first team to score a touchdown that was unanswered would win the game. Isn't that cool? Now I've got a fact for you about technology involvement in football. Now, in 1956, technology was first a crucial part of the NFL. A crucial part of the NFL when they introduced headsets into the players' helmets so that they could better communicate with the coaches and other players so they knew exactly what play was going on all the time, no matter what. This has been a short presentation on how the 1950s shaped American football. Oh wait, hold on one second. Just one more fact for you. Soccer and hockey are both much better than football. Oh wait, hold on. One more fact for you. Soccer and hockey are both better sports than football.
You went the right way. Where are we going? We're going this way. We're doing right hand over. Yeah, right. Or right arm. Right arm. Right arm. Elbow.
You know, the first televised football game was between the Brooklyn Dodgers and the Philadelphia. Was introduced in the 1950s. The most famous position in football, the quarterback, was also introduced in the 1950s. Before that, anybody could throw the ball. The most famous position in football, the quarterback, was introduced in the 1950s. Ah! It was right. It nicked the fingers. It was right.